What if I told you that one simple oil choice, something most drivers never question, can quietly determine whether your engine wears out early or keeps running long after most cars are scrapped? Same car, same engine, same driver. The only difference was the oil. 3 viscosities: 0W-20, 5W-30, 5W-40. And what we found surprised even veteran mechanics. Because the oil most manufacturers recommend, the one printed clearly in your owner's manual, did not provide the best long-term protection. In our real-world engine test, one specific oil consistently ran hotter, degraded faster, and showed measurably higher wear. And yet, it's fully approved, certified, and encouraged for everyday use. Today, we're not debating opinions. We're not repeating internet arguments. And we're not trusting marketing claims. We're breaking down hard data, used oil analysis, temperature logs, wear metal counts, and long-term protection behavior. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which oil protects engines best in the real world, and which one quietly trades engine life for a small fuel economy advantage. Stay to the end, because the final result surprised even the most experienced technicians in our shop. Section 1. Why this test matters more than most people realize. Every modern oil debate eventually turns into noise. Thinner oil is more efficient. No, thicker oil protects better. Just follow the manual and stop overthinking it. But here's the critical detail most drivers never hear. The owner's manual is written for compliance, not maximum engine longevity. Oil recommendations are optimized to help manufacturers pass fuel economy tests, meet emissions targets, satisfy warranty period averages, and comply with regulatory requirements. They are not optimized for sustained heat, high mileage, heavy real-world loads, or decade-long ownership under imperfect conditions. Real driving includes cold starts, traffic, short trips, heat soak, and long highway runs. None of that shows up on a certification test. So instead of adding another opinion to the internet, we tested it. Fairly, scientifically, and under real operating conditions. Section 2. The test rig. Controlled, fair, and unbiased. To keep this experiment honest, we removed as many variables as possible. We used a modern, mass-produced 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, naturally aspirated, direct injection, tight factory tolerances, exactly the kind of engine millions of people drive every day. Every variable was controlled, identical break-in procedure. The same driving cycle, brutal stop-and-go combined with sustained highway load. Identical oil change intervals. The same filters. The same fuel. Only one thing changed between tests: oil viscosity. Phase 1. Industry standard 0W-20 full synthetic. Phase 2. Common 5W-30 full synthetic. Same premium brand. Phase 3. Robust 5W-40 full synthetic. Each oil ran for a full 7,500-mile interval. After every phase, samples were sent to a professional lab for used oil analysis. Oil and coolant temperatures were logged in real time. Key internal wear areas were inspected where accessible. This test doesn't claim every engine behaves identically, but it clearly shows how viscosity changes engine behavior over time. No marketing, no assumptions, just data. Section 3. What viscosity really changes inside your engine. Before we get to the results, it's important to understand what actually changes when you swap oil grades. 0W-20, extremely thin at operating temperature. Designed to minimize internal friction. On standardized test cycles, it can improve fuel economy by roughly 0.5 to 1 mpg. The trade-off? A thinner oil film and a smaller safety margin when heat and load increase. 5W-30, the traditional balanced viscosity. thicker film strength at operating temperature without excessive resistance. For decades, this was considered the durability sweet spot across a wide range of engines and climates. 5W-40, the heavyweight. Thickest at operating temperature with the highest shear stability. Designed for sustained heat, stress, and demanding service. Each oil represents an engineering compromise. The real question isn't which one sounds best on paper. It's which one actually protects metal over years of real use. Section 4. Phase 1. Results. 0W-20, the regulatory favorite. Let's start with the oil most drivers use today, 0W-20. What it did well: excellent cold start flow. Lowest internal friction. Best fuel economy, about a plus 0.7 mpg improvement. On a specification sheet, it looks impressive. But inside the engine, the data told a different story. Oil temperatures ran consistently, 8 to 12 degrees Fahrenheit hotter. Viscosity loss reached roughly 13% by 7,500 miles. Wear metals, especially iron and aluminum, were measurably higher. Not catastrophic, but clearly elevated. Visual inspection showed early varnish formation, faster oil darkening, and a thinner residual oil film after shutdown. One technician summarized it perfectly. This oil works, but it works harder. There's less margin between normal operation and accelerated wear. Section 5. The quiet problem with 0W-20. Here's what rarely gets discussed. 0W-20 has the smallest safety margin of the three oils. That means it's more sensitive to heat, shear under load, real-world traffic conditions, in stop-and-go driving, in long summer highway runs, in hot climates. The oil thins faster, and film strength drops sooner. This doesn't destroy engines quickly. It wears them down quietly, over years. Slightly more cam wear, slightly more bearing contact, gradually increasing clearances. The dashboard stays silent, but the wear accumulates. Section 6. Phase 2. Results. 5W-30, the balanced option. Next, we switch to 5W-30. Same engine, same driving cycle, same interval. The difference was immediate. Oil temperatures dropped by 6 to 9 degrees Fahrenheit. Viscosity loss stayed under 5%. Wear metals dropped by 35 to 40%. That's not subjective. That's lab data showing less metal being removed from internal components. Internally, bearings appeared cleaner. Cam lobes retained a stronger oil film. Varnish formation was noticeably reduced. Fuel economy decreased by just 0.3 mpg compared to 0W-20. In real terms, that's pennies per tank. Section 7. Why mechanics consistently choose 5W-30. When we shared this data with experienced technicians, the response was nearly unanimous. One master mechanic with over 30 years in the field said, "If I want an engine to reach high mileage, I don't chase the thinnest oil. I chase stability. 5W-30 controls heat better, resists shear, and protects longer. It's not trying to win a fuel economy test. It's trying to protect metal. That quiet consensus matters." Section 8. Phase 3. Results. 5W-40, the heavyweight. Now we move to the oil many enthusiasts assume is unbeatable. 5W-40. On paper, it looks ideal. And in certain conditions, it absolutely is. Oil temperatures dropped another 3 to 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Viscosity loss was under 2% after 7,500 miles. Wear metals, especially iron and copper, were extremely low. Under sustained load, towing simulations, high RPM operation, and steep grades, 5W-40 was rock solid. Oil pressure remained steady and strong. Section 9. Where 5W-40 starts to work against you. But protection isn't just about thickness. It's about appropriate flow. Here's what showed up in the data. Slightly slower oil circulation at cold start. Higher pumping resistance during short trips. marginally increased fuel dilution retention. In engines driven mostly on short commutes and light throttle, the extra viscosity didn't add protection. It added drag. One technician explained it simply: 5W-40 is excellent when the engine is hot and working hard, but if your daily drive is 10 minutes, you're not using its strengths. You're just living with its drawbacks. In other words, 5W-40 is a specialist tool. Section 10. Side-by-side results. After identical 7,500-mile intervals, 0W-20, best fuel economy. Highest wear metals. Fastest viscosity breakdown. 5W-30, near optimal operating temperatures. Lowest overall wear balance. Best all-around protection. 5W-40, best extreme heat stability. Excellent wear control under load. Potential overkill for light-duty use. The conclusion was impossible to ignore. Section 11. The clear winner. If this were a track-only test, 5W-40 might win. If the only goal were passing emissions tests, 0W-20 would dominate. But for real drivers, real traffic, real heat, real ownership, the oil that delivered the best balance was 5W-30. Not extreme, not flashy, just optimized. Section 12. Why 5W-30 wins in real life. Strong oil film without excessive drag. Better heat control than 0W-20. Better everyday flow than 5W-40. Minimal fuel economy penalty. Cleaner internals over time. It didn't try to satisfy regulations. It tried to protect metal. Section 13. What manufacturers rarely say. Many engine families originally validated with thicker oils were later approved for thinner grades due to fuel economy and emissions targets. The metal didn't change. The priorities did. That's why the same engine may run 0W-20 in one market and 5W-30 or 5W-40 in another. Different regulations. Same engine. Section 14. What oil should you use? Use 0W-20 if fuel economy is your top priority, you drive short trips, and you change oil frequently. Use 5W-30 if you want maximum engine life under mixed driving conditions. Use 5W-40 if you tow, track, drive aggressively, or operate in extreme heat. This isn't about right or wrong. It's about matching oil to reality. Your engine doesn't care about regulations. It cares about oil film strength, heat control, and long-term stability. 0W-20 worked, but wore faster. 5W-40 protected, but wasn't always necessary. 5W-30 quietly did everything right. That's why it won. So what oil are you running, and why? Drop it in the comments. Because the biggest engine mistake isn't choosing the wrong oil once. It's never questioning whether the recommended one is truly the best for your engine's long life.